Today's video is brought to you by Surfshark. Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing really well and ready for a pretty interesting video today. Now, Voldemort once boasted to Albus Dumbledore that he had pushed the boundaries of magic further than any before him, and from his almost unrecognisable appearance, Dumbledore certainly did not doubt him. However, how exactly did Tom Riddle push the boundaries of magic? And no, I don't just mean Horcruxes. There is a lot of other things that he did that nobody before him had ever done, and in today's video, that's exactly what I'm going to be looking at. I'm not only going to be talking about what he did, but how and why he was able to apparently achieve a power that nobody else could. Welcome back to the Wizarding World everyone, make yourself comfy and enjoy today's video from Harry Potter Folklore. So, how did Voldemort push the boundaries of magic? Well, I'm going to tell you that right after I tell you about today's video sponsor, Surfshark. Surfshark is an incredibly powerful VPN that gives you everything you need in order to make sure your privacy is protected online. Passwords, accounts, and personal data can all be easily hacked by online criminals who want to not only steal your information for their own personal gain, but also to sell it online to others. That can all be prevented by using Surfshark, the VPN that allows you to disguise your IP address as if it was located in another country of your choice. It doesn't stop there guys, by choosing another country you can actually gain access to blocked content that may not be available in your country. For example, for those of you who aren't based in Australia or New Zealand, you can log into Surfshark, change your location to Australia and enjoy Harry Potter on Netflix, all 8 movies including the Fantastic Beasts movies too, in addition to a lot of other content. Surfshark however does not want to charge you full price. The Surfshark team want to give you 83% off and a month free. In addition to that, you can also use it on an unlimited amount of devices, and you get a 30-day money-back guarantee. You've got nothing to lose everyone. I use Surfshark every single day. So sign up today using the link in the description below, and please enjoy today's video. Okay guys, let's get things started. Now, as I said in the introduction, this video was all about how and why Tom Riddle was able to push the boundaries of magic further than anyone else. So with that being said, I'm going to read the short text recalling the conversation that he had with Dumbledore on his return to Hogwarts. Now the reason I'm doing that is so we can begin the video with a clear understanding of what Tom was trying to say. Now I'm doing the voices myself, so please don't be too harsh on me. I have pushed the boundaries of magic further, perhaps, than they have ever been pushed. Of some kinds of magic, Dumbledore corrected him quietly. Of some. Of others you remain, forgive me, woefully ignorant. For the first time, Voldemort smiled. It was a tout leer, an evil thing, more threatening than a look of rage. The old argument, he said softly. But nothing I have seen in the world has supported your famous pronouncements that love is more powerful than my kind of magic, Dumbledore. Perhaps you have been looking in the wrong places, suggested Dumbledore. Now I don't know about you guys, but when I first read that scene, it literally gave me chills. I imagine it was a dull, dark day, the clouds over Hogwarts, and it was a conversation that Riddle had yearned to have with Dumbledore. So let's talk about what made Tom Riddle so special that even he believed he could achieve such a feat. Well, the thing is, Tom was special from a very young age, and he knew it as well. Before Dumbledore even came to inform him of who he was and what he would be taught to do, the young boy was able to control animals with his mind, communicate with snakes, and could make bad things happen to those who hurt him. All before he even knew what Hogwarts and a wand was, meaning his early displays of magic were possibly way ahead than any other magical children his age. And when I say possibly, I'm being generous because there was nobody like him. It's also because of this ability that the question of blood purity also comes into play. Now, the Gaunts are direct descendants of Salazar Slytherin, and despite Tom being half-blood, his magical line is incredibly strong, incredibly powerful, and it's clear that his natural genetics play a part. He was naturally gifted, naturally powerful, and the reality is, not everyone can manipulate magic how that boy could from such a young age. I'd love to say this was backed up by his grandfather and his uncle, but Mervolo and Morphin Gaunt were two of the least motivated, least aspirational and least driven people to exist, so we'll never know just how great they could have been. So guys, you might be thinking, okay, when are you going to tell how he pushed the boundaries of magic? And I'm about to get to that now, but it's so important to understand why Tom Riddle was even in the position to be able to take magic to a whole new level. And part of that is because he was special from the day he was born. He was a different breed, guys, and you could argue that the universe creating the prophecy to mark Harry as Tom's equal proves exactly why Riddle was destined to be great himself. So how did he change magic forever? How did he do these incredible things? Well, Riddle had an unbelievable level of self-belief and willpower. He thoroughly believed in his own power. He knew he was going to be seriously powerful. He never even lost a duel, and he was just 16 when he'd performed something that had not been done in centuries, possibly longer. I know the creation of a Horcrux is always the first reason given for why Voldemort was so powerful, and that's because it's such a big deal. And honestly, I'm not going to talk about individual Horcruxes and what they mean. I'm going to highlight what the boy had done was something that nobody dared to do. The risk for reward ratio was all young Riddle needed to split his soul and achieve immortality at the age of 16. He hadn't even graduated Hogwarts and had already eclipsed the greatest recorded magical achievements of the past 1,000 years. Even Nicholas Flamel's elixir of life could not weigh up against the now ageless Riddle. The consequences of what could have happened if the Horcrux creation went wrong, and the consequences now that it had gone right. Tom had now put himself on a pedestal of magical greatness. That's just the Horcruxes. There was no area that he would allow himself to be weak in, well, no area he viewed as having potential to be exploited, that is. Tom created a curse so powerful that not even the great Albus Dumbledore could stop its effects, even with the assist of Severus Snape, possibly the greatest potioneer on the planet. Dumbledore was still condemned to death. Or how about his Emerald Potion, again his own creation, which severely weakened the drinker while having them relive their biggest nightmares, fears and regrets in addition to suffering immense pain. That was something the world had never seen. He had made Gellert Grindelwald thought of by many for decades as the most powerful dark wizard to exist. He made him look like a very poor second place. He eclipsed everything that that man achieved and wanted to achieve, and he done it with relative ease. Gellert Grindelwald, wanting to raise an army of Inferi, sought the Resurrection Stone to do so, most likely unable to achieve his goal through magical experimentation. Voldemort, however, created hundreds of Inferi through his own power and used them to guard his locked Horcrux. He didn't even need them as part of his own army. In addition to that, those bodies didn't just show up there themselves, which shows that the Dark Lord killed a lot more people than it was believed, and he transported them there to the cave himself. It was an unbelievable feat of magic. Nobody has replicated it since, and most likely never will. So, how else did he make Grindelwald look poor in comparison? Well, there's Normangard, built by the great wizard himself as an impenetrable fortress. Nobody could enter, simply impregnable. The Dark Lord broke through on his first attempt to interrogate Gellert. Voldemort took the sentence of "it can't be done" and viewed it as "it has never been done yet." There was nothing he could not achieve if he truly applied himself. Why stop there? How else did he push the boundaries of magic? Well, until Voldemort, no wizard had achieved unsupported flight. Everyone got around with a broom or apparition in addition to other forms of transport. The Dark Lord successfully magically manipulated his body to be able to fly on his own without any support whatsoever. Once again, it had never been done until he did it and perfected it. As I've said earlier in the video, there has never been and never will be anyone else like Lord Voldemort. He truly did take magic to a whole different plateau. He pushed the boundaries of magic to a point where nobody would even dare try to reproduce it today. So with that being said guys, that is my video on how Voldemort pushed the boundaries of magic and why he was able to do so. My question for you is this: do you feel that if he survived, Voldemort would have continued magical experimentation? And what feats do you think he would have likely tried to achieve next? Let me know in the comment section below. Thanks again for watching, have a great day, and always remember guys, be kind and be happy. It makes the world a better place. And thank you again to Surfshark for sponsoring today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate your support. Everyone, notifications of uploads are more important than ever. So please, if you haven't already, turn those notifications on to make sure you're notified the moment my video goes live. Making videos is what I love to do. It's my dream and my passion. However, it does cost time and money to produce this content. So if you have $1 to spare to support me on Patreon in exchange for some exclusive unseen content, then you can click the Patreon link below or at the end of this video. Please only support me if you can afford it. And make sure to follow me on Instagram at InstaDNJ and on Twitter at Folklore. Check out my other videos appearing on screen, and please make sure, most importantly, to hit that subscribe button. Thanks again everyone, and please have a great day.